And now we're outside, and this footage actually was on television, of course, without the cameraman in front of it. So once again, this was called Behind the Headlights, Kennedy's car. And it's called on Speed Channel. And I'm sure you can find it on YouTube. This was filmed in Pompano Beach, Florida, at the Blimp headquarters, right there off of just near Dixie Highway and US 1. My car has been in 11 movies, 12, but one wasn't published yet. 11 major movies: Oliver Stone's JFK, Ruby with Danny Aiello, A Woman Named Jackie with Stephen Collins and Roma Downey. It was in JFK Inside the Charter Car, National Geographic, The Lost Bullet, Discovery. It was in with James Franco, 11/22/63, which was a HBO 8-part miniseries. And it was in The Watchmen. We shot that in Vancouver, British Columbia. The Watchmen. It's based on a 1940s comic book of heroes of the U.S. And then the government turns on them and has each of them eliminated. Kennedy was the first one they eliminated. And it was fun going to Vancouver. I shot that there for, I was there over a month. And so it's got quite a history in the movies. It doesn't get me a cup of coffee, but that's okay. But I will tell you, as the years passed, some people went crazy when they saw the car, but it was a few. Most just drove by. Sometimes they would hang out the window with their cameras, screaming on I-95, I-75 when I'm driving the car. You had a certain group that did that. I remember one touching story of, was at the beach in Deerfield, and the car was parked, and the guy went and got his mother, and he whispered in my ear, he said, "I saw the car, she loves President Kennedy, she still has a picture of him in her bedroom," and he said, "I brought her back, she's going to die by the end of the year." This was Thanksgiving Day, and he kind of teared up, and I said, "Well, why don't we take her for a ride, why don't we get some pictures?" And it was an emotional moment, I'll tell you. It was wonderful. So it represents him. Not necessarily he died, but the car it went all over the world with that car, you know. And so he did with his airplane. The original car sits in a museum in Henry Ford Museum. It's called the Henry Ford. It's black. They put a hardtop on it. They used it up through Jimmy Carter, believe it or not, up to 1977. And then they had a different fleet built. Back in the day, you would go, one president would get a Ford, and the next president would get a Cadillac. It was depending on who was in, Republicans or Democrats. Today, you know, they're using SUVs. I don't even see a presidential limo anymore very often. You can't buy an ex-presidential limo anymore. Back in the day, you could. But it is at Henry Ford Museum. Okay, so this is from Speed Channel. Inside the car was, by the way, blue leather, blue mouton carpeting. Behind the Headlights, Speed Channel, signing off. Hope you enjoyed some of the fun that I had with my car. Always having fun. There is the big turn.